We spend so much of our lives online, but have you ever really stopped to think about what's actually protecting you? There's this invisible armor that guards your every click, every login, every message. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain and see exactly how your browser keeps your secrets, well, secret.
Just let that sink in for a second. That free Wi-Fi at the coffee shop, without the right protection, it could literally be a megaphone broadcasting your private info to anyone who's bothering to listen. And that, right there, perfectly nails the stakes of what we're talking about.
So, how do we make sure we're whispering and not shouting our secrets all over the internet? Well, it really all comes down to understanding this invisible threat that's out there whenever you go online.
Okay, this is the perfect way to picture it. On one side, you've got HTTP. Think of it like sending a postcard. Anyone who gets their hands on it, your internet provider, some random snooper on the same Wi-Fi, you name it, they can read the whole thing. But then, look at the other side, HTTPS. That's like putting your message in a locked box. Sure, someone might be able to grab the box, but they have no way of seeing what's inside.
So what's the magic that creates that locked box? It's called encryption. And the idea is actually pretty simple, but it's incredibly powerful. You take normal, readable info, you scramble it up into total gibberish, and you make sure only the person it's meant for has the special key to unscramble it.
All right, so where is this digital armor in our daily lives? Well, you've seen the symbol for it a million times, probably without even thinking twice about it. It's that little padlock you see in your browser's address bar. Let's dig into what that actually means for you.
Now, here's the thing. Modern browsers don't mess around. If you land on a site that's just using HTTP, notice, no S, you're going to see this not secure warning. That's basically your browser shouting at you, hey, you're sending postcards. Anyone could be reading this.
But when you see this, the S in HTTPS, and that little padlock icon, that's a whole different ballgame. This is your browser giving you the thumbs up. It's saying, okay, we're using the locked box. Your connection is private, it's secure, and your data is scrambled.
Yep, that S stands for secure. And the technology making it happen is called TLS, or Transport Layer Security. You can think of TLS as the company that builds the armored trucks, the secure tunnels, that carry your locked boxes safely across the wild west of the internet.
So, how's this secure tunnel built? It all happens in a flash, in something called a secure handshake. It goes like this. Your browser says hello to the site. The site shows its ID card, which is called a digital certificate. Your browser checks to make sure the ID is legit, and if it all checks out, boom, they build a private, encrypted tunnel just for the two of them. I love this analogy because it's spot on. That digital certificate is basically a government-issued ID for a website. Your browser is trained to spot fakes, so some sketchy site can't just pretend to be your bank. It first has to prove its identity to a trusted authority.
And believe me, the dangers of not having this protection are real. Without HTTPS, an attacker could snatch your passwords right out of the air. They could secretly change what you're seeing on a website, or even create a perfect fake of a real site to trick you. So yeah, that little lock, it's doing some serious heavy lifting.
Okay, so locking down the connection is a huge piece of the puzzle. But what about the secret itself, your password? Well, security is always moving forward, and the next big step is actually moving beyond the password altogether.
Say hello to Passkeys. This is the next generation. Instead of a password, something you have to remember and that can be stolen, a passkey uses a pair of special linked cryptographic keys. One is public, out in the open, and the other is your private key, which stays locked down safely on your device.
And this is a total game changer. Why? Because it fixes the #1 weakness of passwords. They have to be stored on some company's server. With passkeys, there's no password on the server. That means in a data breach, there's literally nothing for hackers to steal. Instead of you typing in a secret, your device just proves it's you using some clever math.
So just imagine, instead of trying to remember if your password was Hunter2 or Hunter2, you just use your fingerprint or look at your phone. In the background, your device handles all the complex security stuff, telling the website, yep, it's really them. It's not just safer, it's way easier.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of the tech. Let's bring it all home and make it super practical. How can you use all this to build your own invisible line of defense every single day?
It's actually pretty simple. Here's a quick checklist. First,
Always look for that HTTPS padlock before you type in anything important. Second, don't just see the lock and trust it. Give the website address a quick look to make sure it's spelled correctly. Third, try to use sites that are upgrading their game with passkeys or at least two-factor authentication. And last, just keep your browser updated. That's how you get all the latest security goodies.
At the end of the day, this isn't about being paranoid. It's about having peace of mind. Every single time you see that little locked padlock, it's a small reminder that the internet is working the way it's supposed to, and that our digital streets are a little bit safer for all of us. So, I'll leave you with this one question. As you keep browsing the web today, just take a quick glance up at your address bar. Is your information flying around like a postcard for anyone to read? Or is it sealed up tight in a locked box? The cool thing is, now you know exactly how to tell.